Hi guys, so I'm back with a new video and let's talk about 7500. So I'm back with a new review, this time a normal one. This is not a challenge anymore, this is just a normal video, and I actually didn't know what to film for this week, but as soon as I saw the trailer for this movie, I knew I had to not only watch it but review it, because it looked like something special. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So 7500 is about a group of terrorists trying to get a hold of a flight, and the struggle of a young American co-pilot that is trying to prevent the terrorists from getting control of the plane. So it's a really simple premise, but what is special about this one is that it follows only the main character, Tobias, played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and yeah, you see everything basically through his eyes, and it's something really unique in my opinion. And because we're already on that topic, let's just jump right into my thoughts, because there's not many people starring in this movie. It's basically just Joseph Gordon-Levitt. There's a few other players here and there, but they're not really well-known actors. So yeah, it's Joseph Gordon-Levitt's movie basically. So my thoughts, as I predicted, this movie is quite something. It's a good achievement overall, like the way they approach the story, a really simple story that you've seen a couple of times before. It's really handled in a different way. For example, the camera work is phenomenal. Like, it basically all takes place in the pilot's room, and so you know that is a really tight space, and the way they did the camera work and took advantage of the minimal space that they had was really good. I saw a few mistakes here and there, but considering what they were doing, I let it slide, because yeah, it all takes place in one room and a really tight space, and so the camera work was phenomenal in my opinion. And as I said in the beginning, it really puts you in Tobias' shoes, because not only you only see what he sees, but I don't know if it was just the one that I watched, but I feel like this was intentional. I only had subtitles for the English dialogue. Everything else that was in German or other languages, you didn't have subtitles. So as someone that doesn't understand German, and just like the main character who is American and only speaks English, he wouldn't understand anything that the other characters were saying in German or other languages. I feel like they also talk in Turkish, but I'm not sure. Like, he doesn't understand, you don't have subtitles, so you don't understand, at least in my case. So I felt like I was really in his shoes, and this is one of those movies that I feel like it's not as anxiety inducing as some other movies that I've seen. For example, Mother and Climax are movies that really make you anxious and uncomfortable, and this one is a bit similar, because yeah, you don't know the situation, you don't know what's happening outside the cockpit, I think that's the right term, and you don't understand what the other characters are saying. So yeah, it might be a little too much for some people. I can see some people freaking out with this movie, but in a way that is great. I love when movies do that. Like Mother and Climax are some of my favorite movies of all time. So yeah, I really liked that aspect about this movie. And overall, as I said, this is like a really unique movie because of everything that I've mentioned, like the camera work, the storyline, the placement, the situation, like everything that they do, and the use of silence. Like there's barely any music in the whole movie, and I feel like that is like there's something really real about the movie, and that is quite something to achieve. So I feel like I said everything that I had to say about this movie, and you might be a bit surprised with my scores, but yeah, so let's talk about those. Overall, I give the movie a 3 out of 5. Yes, it might be a little low, but considering all the praise that I gave the movie, but yeah, the story isn't that unique. It's handled in a unique way, so yeah. And the acting, although Joseph Gordon-Levitt is great, it's not like a really standout performance. It's good, but yeah, so I have to count all of that. And although I love the camera work, like the cinematography, like the color grading, and the photography isn't like mind-blowing, so yeah, I had to take all of that into consideration. And although 3 might be a low score, I feel like it's a good score for the movie. Cinematography wise, I also gave it a 3 out of 5. As I was saying, like the camera work is great, and the sound design and sound mixing and all of that is really good, but color grading and photography isn't anything out of the ordinary. So I also think that a 3 out of 5 is a good score. And originality wise, I give it a 4 out of 5. I feel like as a whole the movie is pretty original. The story might be cliche, but there's stuff in there that it's unpredictable, and it's, as I've said a million times already, it's handled in a really unique way with the camera work and the storytelling and the placement of the movie, the place where it all happens. So yeah, I really liked that unique view of a pilot. Basically, you experience everything that a pilot would experience in a situation like this. So yeah, I think it's pretty original. So yeah guys, this is my review of 7500. I forgot to mention, but 7500 is the code that the pilots use to let the authorities know, the tower, the ones that are scanning the planes. It's the code that they use to let them know that there's terrorists on the flight. So yeah, that's something that you probably should know. But yeah, these are my thoughts on the movie. I highly encourage you to watch it because I feel like it's pretty unique, and I can see a lot of people really liking this. I really liked it, although might look like I gave a low score, but it's not, believe me. I really liked it. And yeah, if you've watched the movie, let me know what you thought in the comments. And yeah, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and I'll see you in my next video.